Welcome to this partner pelvic floor workout. I'm Dr. Bree and this is my husband Chris, and we are so happy to welcome you to the first video filmed in our new home. This is really exciting for me. Please know that I didn't have my microphone set up, and so I'm having to do a voiceover right now. Just have fun with us as we do this routine, and please join along with your partner. So you're going to begin by scooting your bottoms, the back of your pelvis, very, very close to one another. Now, one or both of you can be sitting on a yoga block if needed. Roll your shoulders back and around, and this is a really beautiful massage that you can give one another. Feel that you're rolling your shoulders kind of with one another, and then reach your arms up, up, up. Inhale nice and tall, and then exhale, twist. You're gonna bring your right arm to your left knee, and your left hand goes to your partner's leg. Inhale, sit up tall, and exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Inhale again, sit up tall, and exhale, twist deeper. Now, hold this position for one more breath. Inhale nice and tall, exhale, twist a little bit deeper. And keep the backs of your pelvis and your backs together the whole time. Now, inhale your arms up, and again, exhale, twist, going the other way. So now my left hand is touching my right knee, and my right hand is touching my husband's knee. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, and exhale, twist. 2 more breaths. Inhale nice and tall, and exhale, twist. 1 more. Inhale tall. And this time you're going to bring your arms up and clasp your hands together. Open your chest nice and wide, and just feel your backs touching all the way top to bottom, sacrum to the top of your shoulders, and just twist. Feel the connection. Now you're going to release your hands down to the ground and bring your feet together. Now, this is going to look different for everyone. You might need to bring your feet way far forward so they're not such a tight butterfly position. So try not to slump your back. Try to stay really tall and lifted through your spine as you flap your butterfly wings. Flap, 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 flap. And keep your spine nice and tall and lifted. If you need to bring your feet forward, that's totally okay. Just try not to round your back. Okay, 3, 2, 1, finishing up those little butterfly flaps. Now, bring your hands on the ground for support. And what you're going to do here is you're going to press your feet together. Press, 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 and exhale, and feel the lift of the pelvic floor and the firing up of your center line as you press, 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 and then release. Let's do it a few more times. Press, 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 feel the lift, and then release. Press your feet together, exhale, and feel the gentle lift of your pelvic floor and activation of your core, and then release. Just play with this. Go a few more reps, just kind of go at your own pace. Feel that gentle pressing together of your feet as you activate your core and as you exhale, and then release. Okay, finish up, and we're going to go on to the next move, which is a self-resisted hip adduction. So this is another strengthener here. You're going to be firing up your inner thigh muscles by lifting and pressing gently, gently down with your hands. Now you want to exhale as you lift your knees up, and you're resisting with your hands. Feel free to walk your feet forward if that's too much to have them close. And feel that you're lifting your pelvic floor as you squeeze those inner thighs and lift the knees up toward the sky. Keep your spine nice and tall and lifted, and do not hold your breath. Exhale as you lift your knees. Feel the activation of your pelvic floor, of your low abs. Keep going. And let's do the last one right here. Lift, lift, lift. Feel that lift of the pelvic floor. And now roll those shoulders out again. It's time to relax and let go. So do some nice circles here. You can see my husband is not prepared for that. You can take it slow. You don't have to go so quickly. Just roll it out and have some fun. It's okay to laugh and enjoy yourself. So after all of that strong strengthening work, let's relax a little bit. Let's release the pelvic floor, release the inner thighs. So one partner is going to straddle their legs. Keep your toes lifted up toward the ceiling if you're straddling. Inhale, and as you exhale, you fold forward, hinging at your hips, and support yourself on your hands. It's not a very deep forward fold, but I want you to feel that nice inner thigh stretch while your partner goes into a reclined butterfly. So your partner, you can see my husband, he's actually pretty relaxed. He's just leaning into me. And I'm able to stretch a little bit farther forward without compromising my pelvic floor. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Your partner, the one in the reclined butterfly position, can open their arms out to the side and stretch their chest. So just breathe steadily. And when you're ready, inhale and walk yourself back up to a seated position and switch. So now, the person who was in the butterfly is straddling their legs and leaning forward. Now, there's going to probably be a difference in flexibility between the two partners, and that's okay. You can see our variation here. I'm able to relax back in the reclined butterfly shape with my hands behind my head. My husband is hinging at his hips. He inhales and then he exhales and folds forward, trying to keep his back flat while I recline back in this nice butterfly leg position, my hands behind my head. You can also have your arms open out to the side so you're stretching your chest. Breathe. One more breath. And the person who's in the straddle can prepare to walk their hands back and come on up. All right, so moving on to the next move, you're going to come into a seated position, and we are going to go into another strengthening exercise. So this is a double boat pose. You're going to want to really watch your alignment here. So really keep your back straight and tall. Do not let it round and hunch. Keep your back long, your spine lifted, your heart lifted. Bring one foot to foot and then the other, toes touch, and keep your pelvic floor lifted, low abs pulled in as you lift your legs up. Now you're going to have to use your inner thighs to keep your legs together. And if you're very strong through the core, then you can release your hands the way my husband is showing. But I definitely am keeping my hands on the ground to support me. If you have any pelvic floor issues such as prolapse, then you're definitely going to want to be very careful with this pose. Definitely keep your hands supporting you on the ground. Lifting through your pelvic floor, lifting through your low abs, keeping your heart lifted and breathing. Strong core, then release one leg and then the other leg. And let it go. Now, we're going to reverse that boat position by going up into a reverse tabletop. So lift your hips high toward the sky. Lift, 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 stretching the front of your body and strengthening the back. Now, stay here, or if you want an extra challenge, you can give your partner a high five with your foot. So just, 4 times on each side or so, maybe 5 times. Go really controlled, keeping your hips high and lifted. Try not to let your bum sag too far down toward the ground. And when you're done, set your hips down and let it go. Take a minute to just breathe. And then we're going to move into a child's pose and downward dog combination. So one partner goes into a wide-kneed child's pose. So you want to inhale and then exhale when you're going into child's pose, hinging at your hips. The partner in child's pose hangs on behind the other partner's feet. It's a really nice shoulder stretch for the partner in child's pose. It's also a great pelvic floor stretch. The person standing is going to go into a downward facing dog type of position. And you can see I'm bending one leg and straightening the other. You want to be sure that you're not rounding your back. Think of lifting your tailbone up toward the sky if you're in the downward dog position. Now in this position, bending one knee and straightening the other, you're hinged at your hips, your tailbone is lifting toward the sky. You can also give your partner who's in child's pose a little treat by massaging their back. This feels so good. Just enjoy and spend as long in this pose as you want to. And if you have the flexibility, you can straighten both legs. But this is not necessary. Bending is better if you feel like straightening your legs makes you round your back. Do not round your back. Keep your tailbone lifted toward the sky to release your pelvic floor and to keep yourself safe. So keep massaging your partner until you feel complete, and then bend your knees, wing your arms up, and you're going to do the exact same thing, switching positions. So now the partner who is in downward facing dog is going into wide knee child's pose. Inhale tall and exhale, fold forward into the child's pose position. Hold on behind the ankles of the standing partner's feet. Standing partner will bend at the knees at first, especially if hamstrings are tight. Keep the knees bent the whole time. Now, standing partner is in kind of a downward facing dog shape, but the key here is that your back is flat. You're hinging at your hips and you're lifting your tailbone toward the sky, releasing your sitting bones apart. It doesn't matter if you are in a really deep downward dog or more of a mild one, like my partner is showing here. His hamstrings are not super flexible, so he's being safe for his body as he's massaging my back, and I can tell you it feels fantastic. So just keep going for as long as feels good. Just have fun with it. Keep breathing. Both partners keep breathing. And both partners are getting a really lovely pelvic floor release in this position. Releasing the hip muscles, releasing the low back, releasing the pelvic floor. Keep going for a little bit longer, whatever feels good. And when you're ready to get out of this, the partner who is standing, you're going to bend the knees deeper and then wing your arms up and come on up to stand, both partners. So all the way up to stand, we're going to move into some squats. Now, you're going to have your hands at your heart in prayer, and it depends on your level of strength and what you're feeling up to today, how deep you want to go. So just be sure that you are untucking your bum. You're sitting way back. Try not to let your knees go too far forward beyond your toes. You don't want that. You want to sit back, like you're sitting back into a chair behind you. You're going to exhale on your way up and squeeze your butt cheeks on the way up. Exhale. Exhale and squeeze. And you can see that you can go low or you can stay up high. I recommend that if you have prolapse, you're definitely keeping it, nice and reasonable for you, not going quite so low as my husband is showing. You want to release your sitting bones back and this time stay there. So sitting way back, trying to make sure your knees are not knocking together. Your knees are over your feet. They're not coming inward. Release the tailbone back behind you. And this is a standing version of puppy pose. So walk hands to hands, your partner pressing into one another's hands. And if this is too much, then please don't do it. Just be done right now or stay with your hands at your heart in prayer pose. But that can be kind of fun to try a standing puppy pose. Now, we are done with our workout except for the most important part, which is integration in Shavasana. So for the integration, definitely do a little dance. That's quite necessary. Little dance, shake it all out. And then to integrate all of this beautiful love connection and pelvic floor strengthening and relaxation, you are going to come down to the floor. Now there are options here. Come down safely through your side and then onto your back. Or you can go into a supported bridge pose, which I like to call hips up time. So for the supported bridge, you're simply going to put a yoga block under your sacrum, which is the very, very back of your pelvis, and you're just going to rest there. So either resting in Shavasana or hips up time and breathing. And in this position, I want you to bring to mind this beautiful affirmation, which is, I am healthy, happy, and radiant. Again, I am healthy, happy, and radiant. Just bring that to your mind. Take a few more deep breaths with your partner, savoring this connection. breathing deeply into your belly, into your pelvic floor. And when you're done, you can roll up onto your side first and then press yourself up to a seated position. Thank you so much for joining us for our first workout from our new home. I appreciate you so much. Until next time, remember, eat clean, move every day, and you will shine brighter. We'll see you next time.